Hey there, everybody. A couple days ago, I saw the new Wes Anderson film, Moonrise Kingdom. And I really enjoyed it, but I almost feel like I should say nothing in this review will count until I can see it again. I was kind of lost a little bit. Wes Anderson creates these worlds, and for every one of his films, each world is a little bit different, but kind of the same. This is his most transportive work. I mean, it puts you directly in the middle of this different universe that feels familiar, but is, totally different. He puts you in the middle and kind of expects you to, catch up, get going. The film is propulsive. It tells a very simple story, but never rests or takes a breather in telling it. I mean, it's boom, boom, boom. The film is pretty much 90 minutes long. It feels like an hour. It feels just like it rushes by. So that's a good thing. It just makes, 90 minutes of your life just disappear. In fact, like, I'm having trouble. Before recording this review, I sat here trying to think of how the film ended. I'm having trouble literally remembering how the film ended. It was just like story, 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 credits. And it's just like, whoa, what? I just need to go back. I need to go back and revisit it. Not that I found it, well, I mean, it is slightly hard to access. Again, it's like they're speaking in their own language, behaving in their own ways. It's really like being, plopped down in the middle of a foreign country. Or maybe it would be better to say, like, time traveling. Because, again, in this instance, you're speaking the same language and you're a part of the same culture, but everything's just very skewed and very different. It's like you're in a different time. The film does take place, I mean, I think I don't really remember if it was ever explicitly stated, but it feels like it takes place in the late 50s, early 60s, but yet, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking of references to other time periods as well, so perhaps the film in itself is timeless. It's a story about love, about young love. I mean, to say anything more, I mean, it would be, just window dressing. The film is about your first love, your first true love, and how you feel you would do anything for that true love, even though, you're 14 years old. The film stars a lot of kids. It started a lot of people I don't know and gave a chance, a moment in the spotlight to a lot of people, a lot of actors that I don't know. And they're all really good. I mean, there's a lot of kids in this movie. I want to call it a kids movie. And it's definitely a family movie, even though there is some language. But it's like, it's fine. It's fine because it's not that bad of language and it's coming from kids. And it's definitely how kids talk at pretty much any point. Everyone is pretty much a Boy Scout. The film takes place at a Boy Scout camp. Well, it's, what was it, a khaki ranger. I myself was a Boy Scout, and I felt like I was transported back to summer camp while watching this film. And they absolutely nailed how, the boys interact with each other. Stars, besides all the kids, stars Edward Norton, Bruce Willis, Frances McDormand, Bill Murray, who else is in there? Jason Schwartzman, though he's not in it very long. Who else is in there? Bob Balaban. But the star of the show are all the kids. You know, I can't remember any of their names, and I want to say that I kind of remember the girl from something, the female lead, I suppose you'd say, but I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. All the acting is really good. Felt really natural. Star of the show here for me is cinematography. This film is the most beautifully photographed film I can, like, in recent memory. It's absolutely gorgeous. It had some of the most beautifully composed shots, just some of the most individual shots. They're just burned into my brain. One of them, while sitting there, I was just like, that's absolutely beautiful. Like, I couldn't remember, you know, a frame of a film that's more gorgeous than that. So it's absolutely stunning visually. I mean, again, it's transportive. The experience is transportive. It's just that you kind of feel uneven being there because, you know, you're not used to being there. You've got to pick up this new way of how people talk, the way people behave. Again, it's just like being thrust into this new world. And you're expected to catch up quickly because you don't have much time. Again, the story never takes a breather. It was directed by Wes Anderson, co-written by Wes Anderson with Roman Coppola, who I'm not too familiar with the name. I guess Wes Anderson is in tight with the Coppolas because he's been surrounded by them for, you know, a little bit in the last few films. I guess it's all through Jason Schwartzman, who started Rushmore. Arguably, probably his best work. I don't know, though. I think Royal Tenenbaums is just amazing. I don't know. Now I think you have to argue that this might be his best work. It's certainly his most focused. I mean, it doesn't meander at all. I guess I haven't said it, but I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8. You know, I'll give it an 8, but I want to see it again. I feel that I need to see it again so that I understand it more, so that I can just absorb more, because really your mind is just busy with so many things. One, the film is just, the frame is just chock full of gorgeousness. So you're looking all around. Maybe sometimes you're not listening to the character so much because the set design is so gorgeous. You want to absorb it all. Usually the frame is packed with many characters, giving you a lot of, faces to look at, some stage business to watch for. So again, it's just, there's a lot going on. And I felt that perhaps you need 2 viewings to get everything, and maybe more. It's a great film. I know it is, just on sheer gorgeousness, if anything. But I definitely need to watch it again. And if I don't think I'll go down. I mean, 8 is probably as low as I'll go, but there's a chance that I could go higher. Definitely. I don't really know what else to say. I thought it was a success on many levels, except that I just felt lost, there for a minute. But that's kind of interesting because the main characters, the young boy and young female, they are lost. Maybe not literally. Perhaps they know where they are, but no one else does. And perhaps, emotionally they are wandering around. So, that's something, that a film can make you feel like the characters in the film most likely are feeling. So that's pretty impressive. That shows a mastery, if you ask me. maybe a little nostalgic for its own good. I mean, everything is perfect. You know, everything is perfect. You know, I'll stick by my transportive. It's transportive. It takes you somewhere else, and you're going to have to get acclimated pretty damn quick. Or you'll just feel lost. And again, it just zooms on by. The most gorgeously shot film in some time. Really, just absolutely beautiful. So I don't really know what else to say. I can't wait to watch this film again. I'm going to have to, and then I'll come back, hopefully, with some new opinions and ideas. So that's Moonrise Kingdom, and I give it a solid 8. Thank you very much.